The brutal truth about why your body hasn't changed. Stop pretending your body is not responding. It is responding perfectly. It is responding to inconsistency. It is responding to random programming. It is responding to comfort. Most people do not have a genetics problem. They have a focus problem. They chase new workouts every week. They waste time on machines that stabilize everything for them. They isolate tiny muscles while ignoring the movements that actually transform a human body. And then they wonder why nothing looks different after months of training. Strength is not built by entertainment. Strength is built by repetition of powerful patterns. If you only had 8 dumbbell exercises to completely rebuild your body from the ground up, these are the ones that would force it to grow, stabilize, and become undeniably strong. These movements hit every major muscle group. They train your body as a system. They demand coordination, balance, and power. And if you attack them consistently for the next 4 weeks, your body will not have a choice but to change. Let's begin. Dumbbell curl and press. Build real upper body power. The curl and press is deceptively simple, but simplicity is where real strength lives. This movement combines pulling and pushing into one continuous pattern, which means your biceps, shoulders, upper chest, and core are forced to work together instead of in isolation. Stand tall with your feet shoulder-width apart and hold a dumbbell in each hand with your palms facing forward. Begin by curling the weights toward your shoulders while keeping your elbows close to your body, because when your elbows flare out, you reduce tension on the biceps and lose control of the movement. Once the dumbbells reach shoulder height, rotate your palms outward and press the weights overhead in a strong, controlled motion. The key is not speed. The key is tension. Your core must remain tight, so you do not lean backward and turn the press into a lower back exercise. Your glutes should be slightly engaged. Your shoulders should finish directly over your hips. This movement builds the kind of strength that transfers into real life, because it trains you to lift weight from waist height to overhead while stabilizing your entire torso. That is not gym strength. That is usable strength. Perform 3 sets of 10 to 12 controlled repetitions. When your shoulders and arms begin to fatigue, do not rush. Stay disciplined. The growth happens under tension. Crush grip goblet squat, the foundation of real strength. If your legs are weak, your entire body is weak. The goblet squat builds a foundation that no machine can replicate, because it forces your hips, knees, ankles, and core to coordinate under load. Hold one dumbbell vertically at chest height and squeeze it between your palms as if you are trying to crush it. That crushing tension activates your chest and arms before you even begin to squat, which increases total body stability. Stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width and allow your toes to turn out slightly so your hips can move naturally. Begin by pushing your hips backward before bending your knees, because this sequence protects your joints and loads your glutes and hamstrings correctly. Lower yourself until your thighs are at least parallel to the ground while maintaining a neutral spine. Drive through your heels to stand back up and keep the dumbbell tight against your chest the entire time. This movement strengthens your quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings while simultaneously training posture and balance. The goblet position keeps your torso upright, which reduces lower back strain and teaches proper squat mechanics. 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions with control will challenge your lower body far more than most machine-based workouts. Your legs should feel alive by the end of it. Dumbbell pullover. Expand your upper body strength. The dumbbell pullover is one of the most misunderstood exercises in the gym, yet when done correctly it develops your chest, lats, and serratus anterior simultaneously. Lie flat on a bench with your feet planted firmly on the floor. Hold one dumbbell above your chest with both hands gripping the inner plate. Keep a slight bend in your elbows, and lower the weight in a controlled arc behind your head. Lower only as far as you can, while keeping your shoulders stable and your lower back pressed into the bench. When you feel a deep stretch across your chest and lats, reverse the motion by pulling the weight back over your torso using muscle control rather than momentum. This movement trains the muscles responsible for overhead pulling and shoulder stability, which are often neglected in traditional chest-focused routines. It also reinforces scapular control and rib cage expansion. 3 sets of 10 to 12 slow repetitions will build thickness across your upper body and improve shoulder durability. Control the stretch. Own the return. Farmer's carry. Strength that cannot be faked. The farmer's carry looks simple, but simplicity exposes weakness. Hold a heavy dumbbell in each hand with your palms facing inward. Stand tall with your shoulders pulled back and down, your chest lifted, and your core braced. Now walk. Take controlled, deliberate steps. Keep your breathing steady. Do not shrug your shoulders, and do not lean forward. Within seconds, your grip will begin to fatigue. Your forearms will tighten, your core will activate, and your legs will stabilize under load. This single movement trains nearly every muscle in your body, while reinforcing posture and anti-rotational stability. It also builds the kind of strength you use outside the gym when carrying heavy objects, lifting luggage, or supporting awkward loads. Perform 3 rounds of 30 to 60 seconds with a weight that challenges you. If it feels easy, it is too light. Dumbbell thruster. Controlled aggression under load. The dumbbell thruster combines a squat with an overhead press, forcing your body to generate power from the ground and transfer it upward. Hold a dumbbell in each hand at shoulder height, with your palms facing inward. Lower into a squat with control, keeping your chest upright and your knees tracking over your toes. As you drive upward through your heels, use the momentum generated by your legs to press the dumbbells overhead in one smooth motion. This is not an arm exercise. Your legs create the power. Your arms finish the movement. The thruster elevates your heart rate rapidly while building strength and coordination. It challenges your cardiovascular system and muscular endurance simultaneously. Perform 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions, with focus on fluid movement and controlled breathing. You should feel your entire body working as a single unit. 1 arm incline dumbbell press. Eliminate weak links. Set an incline bench between 30 and 45 degrees. Hold 1 dumbbell at chest level while your other hand rests lightly for balance without pushing. Lower the dumbbell slowly with your elbow at roughly a 45-degree angle relative to your torso. As you press upward, resist the rotational force trying to twist your body toward the weight. This is where the magic happens. Your chest is working. Your shoulder stabilizers are firing. Your core is actively preventing rotation. If your torso rotates, the weight is too heavy. Reduce it and regain control. 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions per side will correct imbalances and strengthen your pressing pattern. Symmetry is power. Dumbbell swing. Explosive posterior chain development. Hold 1 dumbbell vertically with both hands. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width and push your hips backward while keeping your spine neutral. The dumbbell swings between your legs as you hinge at the hips. Then explosively drive your hips forward and allow the dumbbell to rise to chest height purely from hip extension. Your knees bend slightly. Your hips move dramatically. Your arms remain relaxed. This movement trains the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back while reinforcing proper hip mechanics. It builds explosive power and teaches your body to hinge correctly, which reduces lower back stress during daily activities. Perform 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. Focus on crisp, powerful hip drive rather than lifting with your arms. 8. Dumbbell tripod row. Build a back that commands presence. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width and hinge forward at approximately 45 degrees. Place your non-working hand lightly on your thigh or a stable surface for balance. Hold a dumbbell in your working hand with your arm fully extended. Pull the weight toward your hip by driving your elbow back while keeping it close to your body. At the top of the movement, squeeze your shoulder blade toward your spine and pause briefly before lowering under control. Your torso must remain stable throughout. No twisting, no jerking. This movement strengthens your lats, rhomboids, rear deltoids, and biceps while reinforcing posture and shoulder health. 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions per side will transform the thickness and stability of your upper back. A strong back changes everything. The 4-week plan that forces change. Perform this complete routine 3 times per week, allowing at least one full rest day between each workout to support recovery and muscle growth. Dumbbell curl and press. 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. Crush grip goblet squat. 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. Dumbbell pullover. 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. Farmer's carry. 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds. Dumbbell thruster. 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. One arm incline dumbbell press. 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions on each side. Dumbbell swing. 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. Dumbbell tripod row. 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions on each side. Follow this plan consistently for 4 weeks without skipping sessions and without changing the exercises. Progress comes from commitment to the fundamentals, not from constantly searching for something new. Real transformation is built on intensity, discipline, and steady progression. Focus on proper form, increase the weight gradually over time, and give full effort in every session. If you stay consistent, your body will adapt. You will develop strength, improve posture, build muscle definition, and feel more capable in everyday movement. This is not random exercise. It is structured training with purpose. Commit fully, train with intention, and allow the process to work. Your results will reflect your effort.